You can't expect God to be responsible for you if you act like you are only flesh. And if you want Him to always look out for you, then you need to have His Spirit in you. Spiritless flesh is corrupted because our normal self is supposed to be divine, not mortal. The sons of God are the true heroes on this planet. They are the giants of this world. It is only they who have the life that transcends all time and space allowed for human beings. If you want to be one of these men of renown, then be a son of God. If you want to win God's favor, then you need to stop corrupting the world with your wicked schemes. And you need to be the upright son God created you to be. All of those that live on this earth, the ones that grieve the heart of God the most, are probably those who do nothing all day long but set their hearts on seeing how many women they can get. You're not a good man doing that. God gave us women to be our wives so we can bear Him children. And when you just want to sleep with them without marrying them, you are corrupting a very beautiful thing. You are showing a total disrespect for the laws that deal with the sanctity of marriage, which does nothing more than lead you to disregard all of God's laws. And it's also kind of unfaithful to Him, since you're supposed to be thinking all day long about wanting to be His. How would you like it if all your wife did was think about how many men she could be with? You would have a pretty sad heart, wouldn't you? And that is what you're doing to God. The human race needs to clean up their act in this regard. If we ever wanted God to look upon the earth with all His kindness, we need to put an end to living this way. And to be honest with you, I need to get rid of this wickedness also, if I want to walk blameless before Him. So it's not like I'm asking you to do anything I don't have to do. This admonition is for everyone, even myself. The sons of God need to show the same respect to the daughters of other men that we would show our own. Women deserve respect because they are also the children of God. God made a promise to never destroy every living creature on the earth again, but He did not promise to not destroy just us. And He will if He continues to find us corrupting all other living things here. Total destruction is how the story will end for us. If we refuse to accept that God fathered us, only by getting rid of our wickedness and starting to follow all the laws of God will He allow us to redeem His kingdom, remain in His kingdom, and be included in His covenant promises. God is giving us a final chance to listen to Him before He decides to rid the earth completely of us. I recommend what He says before He pulls a Noah on us, which unfortunately some of you will still receive because you won't listen. God is about to do His part to cleanse the world of unrighteousness. Because I have finished my part, I have done exactly what He has told me to do to help save you from this coming wrath. I have built His kingdom, I have opened His gates, and I have fed you all His truth. And I have asked you to come and be one with us. If you refuse His Spirit now, then you will perish with the rest of the wicked. There is nothing more I can do to help stop you from being destroyed. Both the husband and the wife are going to need to believe that we are fathered by God if they want to enter God's kingdom together and be saved. I know some of you will think it is going to break up a lot of marriages if I require both spouses to be saved for them to be able to enter God's kingdom together. But I think the opposite will happen. I think it will make couples a lot closer to each other if that is a requirement. And anyway, in couples where one is a believer and one isn't, they should break up. The believer needs to enter God's kingdom and find someone they can really be with forever. Allowing them to stay together is only going to forestall the inevitable. They are still going to break up when one goes to heaven and the other goes to hell. I'm hoping that the unbelieving spouse, or one that is not very committed to their belief, will come to their senses when they realize they are about to lose their believing spouse. Them wanting to keep their spouse should cause them to really search for the truth. And part of that truth is that a marriage held together by God is the strongest marriage there is. However, the opportunity is also true. Opposite is also true. A marriage that God is against is the weakest marriage. If both of you in your marriage aren't saved, then I feel sorry for you, because the road ahead is going to get a little rocky for you, especially when we take away your spouse. And you're going to need to make some hard choices. If you are the one who is saved, and if you'll enter God's kingdom, then maybe your spouse who you've been praying for all these years will finally decide to come to Jesus and get saved so they don't lose you. Even the animals who entered Noah's Ark are smarter than you if you try to weather this storm without God's protection. If you're a divine being, then come aboard my divine ark, and I'll take you across these divine waters and bring you to God's divine kingdom. This wrath is against Satan's children. Those who claim they are not fathered by God are really saying they are part of Satan's family. Only God's children will be protected. They have God's Spirit in them. Unless you are a true Jew, you will not be spared. And to be a true Jew, you need to be fathered by God's Holy Spirit. Noah built an ark, and I have built one. And like his, mine also has a lower, middle, and upper deck, hell, earth, and heaven. And anything that is not contained in what God has commanded me to create will be washed away, just like it did in Noah's day. The only difference is Noah had to do most of the work himself. I at least had the angels to help me. Won't you come see my ark? Sooner or later you will. But it's better to enter the door now, while you're still alive, than to wait until you're dead and find out the only room available for you is on the lower level. All I have to do now is put the roof on, and I'll be finished. And I'll get to rest while I wait for God's wrath to burst forth.